You're listening to Puma Podcast.
It's hard for you to read comments or to hear saying na, oh, may baby ako dito, sinong may gusto? Or someone na, meron pa bang pinapa-adapt dyan? Na ganyan. Or, manganganak na po ako sa ganito, sa August, sinong may gusto?
Hi! Ako si Trisha Aquino, Puma Podcast. You're listening to Teka Teka News. Ano yung binili mo nung huli kang nakipag-meet up sa online seller? Cake para sa handaan ng pamilya? Tech gear as you enter your content creator era? Paano kung baby?
Hi, I'm Victoria Tulad.
Victoria is a longtime reporter. She may be a familiar face to you after she spent over a decade delivering the news on GMA Network and now on ABS-CBN. But recently, she also did a story for the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism.
I have read of stories about baby adoption through Facebook, through online platforms before, and I have seen also documentaries about it. But then one day, I was talking to a friend, and then she just suddenly mentioned that they were victimized by someone who pretended that she was going to give her baby away. So I was very shocked kasi even though I knew that this illegal trade was going on, it was still very disturbing for that kind of scam to happen to someone who's close to me.
While researching this story, Victoria found Facebook groups facilitating the illegal adoption of babies. Some seemed to have been created outside of the country, with Filipinos offering babies and toddlers for adoption. Sabi nung isang post, meet up agad. The Facebook user said she was willing to give up her 1-year-old son for just 10,000 pesos. Other Facebook users would post ultrasound pictures of their unborn children to entice couples to adopt them. Meanwhile, those looking to adopt would even offer to house the pregnant mothers until they had given birth.
Ang hirap maghanap ng may interview. Kasi although ang daming nagpo-post na they were giving their baby away, they didn't really trust journalists. Kasi it would be putting themselves at risk, di ba? Kasi baka yung kausap nilang journalist, hindi itago yung identity nila. And it was also hard to convince the couple to grant me an interview. Kasi again, that would put themselves at risk. Kasi that's illegal. The government can file a case against them. Another thing that went through my mind was I really needed to ensure the safety of my sources.
At nahanap din niya si Paula. That's not her real name, of course.
She's 17 years old. She was pregnant with her second baby and she wanted to give her second baby away kasi she just recently separated from her partner who was constantly hitting her. She was living with her family now when I interviewed her. And she said na no one will be able to take care of the baby because she's going back to school. And then her parents, they have their own jobs. Tapos her siblings have families of their own or have jobs. I asked her so many times, are you sure na you want to give your baby away? She was really adamant that she wanted to give the baby away kasi for her, the baby will only suffer, will only experience a very poor life kapag nagstay sa kanya yung baby. And as a mom, she didn't want her baby to experience that. So even though it hurt, she was very much willing to be separated from her baby if it meant that yung lalaki kasi yung anak niya, yung pinagbubuntis niya, would be given a good life.
Paula was scrolling through her Facebook feed in April when she found a group discussing adoption. Here, she searched for potential adoptive parents who could meet her conditions. Magpipirmahan daw sila ng kontrata kung saan sinasabi niyang pumapayag siyang ipamigay ang anak niya. Samantalang yung adopted parents naman, pumapayag na ampunin ang bata at magbayad para sa bills at checkups ni Paula. Months after that interview, Paula's story has stayed with Victoria.
I still wonder up to this day if the woman who I interviewed, who was going to give her baby away, was able to find an adopter for her baby. Kasi, syempre, I wonder if that adopter is a good person.
On the other hand, some prospective adoptive parents like Victoria's friend have also been scammed through these FB groups. Luis and Nancy, for instance. Again, these aren't their real names. The couple found a woman who was 7 months pregnant. The woman said she had been raped by her boss and they felt sorry for her. She didn't ask the couple for money, which led them to believe that she just really wanted to give the baby away. The woman even gave them a copy of her ultrasound, medical records, and IDs. The couple would accompany her to the clinic for checkups. Then, a few weeks before the baby was expected to arrive, things turned sour. She asked the couple for money a few times, saying she had lost blood one time and that she needed vitamins the next. The couple sent the money. Then, the week that she was due, she ghosted them. The woman was able to get 20,000 pesos from the couple, but they were able to get back 15,000 pesos after they posted about her on various FB groups. The woman apparently panicked and returned the amount. It was so heartbreaking, Louise said. Nancy, for her part, was devastated. Quote, "We bought so much baby stuff, but after that incident, we couldn't even look at them." End quote. The same woman had supposedly scammed many others, including one whom she had stolen 100,000 pesos from. Pero bakit ba kasi hindi na lang silang lahat sumunod sa proseso? It turns out, hindi pala ganun kasimple ang sagot.
One of my beliefs was that those who went to Facebook to look for babies to adopt, they were too impatient. Because it is illegal, it is very dangerous, malalagay rin sila sa alanganin. I thought, why not wait for the DSWD process na lang? But then when I found my case study, the couple who wasn't able to conceive for long and then who tried the DSWD route, then I understood their desperation because the DSWD process did take a lot of time. Especially, inamin naman din ng executive director ng NACC na it took years and one case nga raw took 7 years.
The NACC, or National Authority for Child Care, is an attached agency of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. It's in charge of domestic and inter-country adoption. Victoria was able to interview its executive director, Undersecretary Janela Estrada.
As a mom, I know how happy your family will be if you have a kid, how complete your family would be. Kahit na they drive you crazy, kahit ang hirap-hirap mag-alaga, the fact lang na meron kang little version of yourself or your husband running inside your house, screaming, etc., it just gives you joy. So I understood yung desperation ng couple and why they resorted to looking for a baby to adopt through Facebook.
In fact, Louise and Nancy had tried to adopt through the DSWD before turning to Facebook. Kung hindi raw sila mag-follow up sa application nila, hindi raw sila bibigyan ng update. Marami rin daw requirements at ilang beses binalik sa kanila ang mga dokumentong ipinasa nila kasi may kulang daw. Pero hindi naman sinabi sa kanila noong simula na kailangan pala ang dokumentong hihingin din pala sa kanila. May isang papeles pa raw na buwan ang lumipas bago mapirmahan dahil laging hindi available ang direktor. Sabi ni Nancy, magulo ang proseso.
What DSWD is saying na hindi may iwasan for the process to be long kasi they are really ensuring that the people who will be given the baby are fit, are good people.
There are multiple steps in the adoption process. The prospective adoptive parents have to attend a pre-adoption seminar and submit specific documents. The government has to collect information about them and analyze their motives. A social worker also has to prepare a home study report. For Yusek Estrada of the NACC, hope lies in a new law, Republic Act 11642. Not only does it cut the cost of adoption, but it also speeds up the adoption process. As long as all the requirements are there, the prospective adoptive parents can have a child of their own in as short as 6 months. Estrada admits, however, that the shortage of social workers is an issue. Quote, "My plan is to get at least one social worker per LGU who will focus on adoption only." End quote. For its part, Meta, the company that owns Facebook, has removed the groups PCIJ reported. Still, says Victoria, new groups keep popping up. She can't help but worry.
Because it is parang readily accessible, baka a lot of people might consider this as a sideline, a way of making easy money. Another is if a mom is very desperate na she believes that she can't raise her child, or a dad believes that they can't raise their child, they might just opt to go to Facebook. I'm just really scared that it becomes a norm for a lot of people who are very poor, who are very desperate.
Estrada reminds that illegal adoption is an act of trafficking in persons, and violators will be held liable under the law. Quote, "When you sell online, we don't know what others will do with the children. Child trafficking, child abuse, child labor, or sexual abuse." End quote. Sabi nga ni dating Senator Kiko Pangilinan, pero tungkol naman sa child porn, crime scene daw ang Facebook. DSWD's Estrada said she had coordinated with Facebook and the National Bureau of Investigation to track the perpetrators. The legal adoption process, she stresses, is for the protection of the child. And that was today's episode of Teka Teka News. For more on this issue, read Meet Up Agad, Filipino Babies Sold on Facebook as Government Struggles to Improve Adoption Process. That's on pcij.org. If you feel strongly about what you just heard, there are two things you can do. One,
If ever they come across this kind of groups, these kinds of posts, they can report it to the authorities, to Facebook, to DSWD, to NBI kung kaya, para lang mabawasan yung gantong klase ng trade and para may managot.
and two, if you know someone who wants to adopt, tell them about RA 11642.
A lot more people will find out that, oh, we have a better law now. I don't need to involve myself with illegal adoption because I have a better option now.
Muli, ako po si Trisha Aquino, Puma Podcast. This episode was produced by myself and co-written with Victoria Tulad, formerly a fellow of PCIJ and now with ABS-CBN News as a senior reporter. This episode was put together by audio editor Pidoy Blanco. Teka Teka News executive producer is Jill Caro. Senior news editor is Veronica Uy. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a friend. It helps us reach more people and keep the show going. Teka Teka News is on YouTube at kung saan man kayo pumapodcast.